Okay. Good morning. Day 7 of 20. We are almost halfway there of all 20 days of our Sun Salutation. So from here on out, it's gonna pick up. It's gonna get a little more smooth. Hopefully, we are starting to remember the sequence. Today is going to be a practice of modifications. So we're going to be adding in the modifications to the to each round so that we are familiar with them and we can drop into them when we need. Without further ado, let's begin our warm-up. So let's inhale, take our arms up into the air. Reaching, looking up, take your ribs in, take your belly button in, holding your breath here. And exhale, let's bring our hands through prayer. Nice deep breath in. Holding at the top. And out your mouth. One more like that, inhale. Holding at the top, and release your hands, look to your feet, take the sides of your feet parallel to the edge of your mat, inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the ground, inhale, looking forward. And exhale, fold, let your head hang towards the ground here. Allowing the head and the back to loosen and open, lengthen. Breathing in and out your nose, starting to feel into your body, maybe closing down your eyes. Notice what happens if you draw your belly button up at the bottom of an exhale. So at the very bottom of the exhale, imagine your belly button coming towards your spine. And then notice if that allows you to fold forward a little more deeply. And we're going to inhale and look our right hand, take our left hand between our feet, directly below our face. Right hand onto our sacrum. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Then exhale, turn to the right. Take that right arm up to the air if it feels good to do so. Draw that right shoulder behind you. Draw the left shoulder to the left. Making sure your knees are in line. You can look down and check them out. And exhale, that right hand down, put it where the left hand is. Left hand goes onto the sacrum. Inhale, head away from tailbone. And exhale, turn that left shoulder to the sky, raising that arm up if it feels good. And again, checking your knees, making sure they're straight. And exhale, hand down. Bend your knees, pressing on up to standing, reaching up towards the sky again. And we'll exhale our hands to prayer. Setting an intention today to flow with the breath, to be mindful, to take breaks when we need it, to be present with our body. And as we release our hands, maybe we move through today with our eyes closed down as much as possible. And let's walk our way to the top of the mat. Maybe slightly open them here to make sure you're finding your way to the top of the mat. Leave a little bit of room, space at the front for your hands to come down. Feet or hips distance apart. And now see if we can keep our eyes closed or as like soft today. Try to listen to my cues, trust your intuition, move on your breath, and move at a pace that suits you. So if you need to stop, stopping. Let's begin taking our arms up. Inhale. Inhaling for 2. Keep the ribs in. Inhale for 3. Soft through the shoulders and jaw. And exhale, forward, fold fingertips to the ground. Exhaling, let your head come down, inhaling for 2. Inhaling for 3, wiggle your toes. 3/4 lift, fingers come to your shins, look forward, flatten that back, take the belly button in and out, exhaling. Making sure we're not locking our knees here, nice slow breaths, in and out the nose. One more breath. And on our exhale, we're going to take our hands down and step both feet back and do a high plank. So taking our plank, or in a plank, we can just drop our knees. If it's a lot to hold, if we lose our energy, if we get tired. So knowing it's just a matter of dropping our knees here. And then we're going to drop our knees if we haven't. Look forward, tip your tailbone up, and bend your elbows, squeezing them in towards your body and lower your chest and chin. And we're going to do 3 breaths here. Squeeze the elbows into the body. And then on your next inhale, press your hands into the ground, untuck your toes, send your hips down, your shoulders up, coming into cobra. Squeezing thighs together, squeezing elbows into the side of the body, chest comes forward. Take the belly, pull it in. Squeeze the forearms together, tuck the toes, send the knees up and back for downward facing dog. Squeezing forearms together, tuck the ribs in. Inhale that right foot forward and drop the left heel, come up warrior 1. Remember to stick that warrior. Exhale, hands down. Step back into your high lunge, but today we're going to take a knee, so dropping knees. Squeeze the forearms together. Work on your hand placement while your knees are down. Fingers are wide. Forearms are pressing, lighting up the chest slightly, drawing shoulders away from ears. Then you're going to tip your tailbone up, send your chest forward. Bend your elbows, keep them in squeezed to the side of the body as you lower down chest and chin. So hips are up nice and high. Pressing through your hands, lower your hips, untuck your toes, come up cobra. Keeping elbows slightly bent, shoulders at ears, belly button in. Press your thighs together. And try to pull forward with your chest. Tuck your toes, press back, down dog. And now we didn't do this on the other side, but this side we're going to do slightly different. So we're going to take our left foot forward and keep our right heel up and come up to crescent. It's a little less challenging than our warrior 1. A little more stability needed, but a little less challenge. So your heel is off the ground, back leg is straight. Good if you're on your first few rounds, if your hips are extra tight. When we move through our salutations a little more quickly, hands down, step back, lower your knees for half plank. Fingertips are wide, squeezing your fingers into the ground, slightly bent elbow. Chin is up, or chin comes forward, hips come up, and bend your elbows, squeeze them into your body, lower down chest and chin. And inhale, come up to cobra. Squeeze those elbows back, really squeeze the forearms together. We're really building the foundation for later on this week and next week when we start to move a little more quickly. So squeezing and engaging here. Stay strong. Squeeze your fingers, tips and thumb and forefinger. Tuck your toes. Press back down, dog. Strong downward facing dog. Nod your head yes. Make sure you're not locking your shoulders. Squeeze your forearms together. Take your ribs up, heels up, hips up. Keep your hips nice and high. Send your heels down. Press back out through your thighs. And then look between your hands and walk your feet up to the top of the mat. 3/4 lift, fingertips on shins. And exhale, fold. We're going to take one extra breath here just to take advantage of this nice stretch. And then bend your knees, pressing up all the way. Arms up into the air. Exhale, hands down by your side. We'll take 2 breaths here, inhaling for 1. Inhaling for 2. Slight bend to your knees, wiggle your toes. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, 3/4 lift, look forward. Exhale, hands down, step back to a high plank and lower the knees. Inhale, head and tailbone up, bend your elbows, lowering chest down to the ground. Inhale, press through your hands. Come up, cobra. Tuck your toes. Press back, downward facing dog. Inhale that right foot forward. Keep the left heel up. Come on up, crescent. Hands down, step back. Lower the knees for half plank. Squeeze the fingertips into the ground. Check your hands here. Check your elbows. Head and tailbone up. Chest comes forward. Lower down. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, pressing up to cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot or left foot forward, come up, crescent. So just a note on crescent, the left knee is over the left ankle, belly button is in and up, lifting with chest, pressing through the balls of the right foot, of the back foot. Heel is up, leg is straight. It's like one line from the back toes all the way through to the fingertips. Exhale, hands down, step back. Lower the knees, half plank, straight body here. Try to keep your body straight from your knees to your head. Squeeze the forearms together. And then inhale, head and tailbone up. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press up, cobra. And tuck your toes, step back or press back, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, bend your knees, and walk your feet to the top of the mat. 3/4 lifts, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, pressing all the way up, arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands down by your side. We'll do one more round with modifications, shortening to one breath at the beginning and the end. So inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, 3/4 lift. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower the knees. 2 breaths. And on your inhale here, head and tailbone up, and on your exhale, lowering down. 1 breath begins. And inhaling for 2. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, press up, cobra. Inhaling for 2. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, left heel stays up, coming up crescent. Hands down, step back, lower the knees. On your second inhale here, you're going to tip your tailbone up, chest comes forward, and then you're going to exhale, lower down. On your next inhale, tuck your toes, hips down, press up, cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel stays up, come up, crescent. Hands down, step back, lower the knees. On your next inhale, head and tailbone come up, and exhale, come down to chest and chin. Tuck your toes, pressing up to cobra. Tuck your toes, press back, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, bend your knees, and walk to the top of the mat. 3/4 lift. And exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, pressing up to standing, arms up to the air. And exhale, hands together at prayer. Very good. Very good job today. So those were the modifications. That's the modification round. So if we're getting tired in our sun salutations, rather than stopping, we'll try to do modifications. And of course, child's pose, always an option. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow where we're going to start to move the whole sequence on 2 breaths. So I'll see you then. Bye.